Well, who would have thought if you give gamers what we want, we will support your game, we will give you money. So many companies do not realize this, and so many companies are so out of touch from their consumer. But a game like Marvel Rivals clearly knows what gamers want. You guys have seen me play it on the screen. I don't care much for hero shooter, don't like too much of the characters, I like DC instead. But whatever, it's a free to play game, so might as well try it. And it looks like the game has already hit a major milestone. We have a tweet here from the Marvel Rivals Twitter account. It says, in just 72 hours, we reached an incredible milestone of 10 million players worldwide. We want to extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. Let's ignite the battle together. Who would have thought? Give us the content we want. There are no good comic book games coming out, mostly because Disney is greedy and out of touch. They have absurd requirements for their licensing, which is why we don't see a lot of Marvel games, since they have absurd standards. Have you ever seen the Insomniac leak? Spider-Man 2 needed to sell 10 million copies within a year or they will lose a license. No, I am not joking. I could be wrong a little bit, but they had absurd requirements like that. That shows us why we don't see a lot of Marvel games from all across the industry. If Disney had any common sense, they would say, this game studio, you can make a Marvel game on this character. You make a Captain America game. You make a Hawkeye game. You make an X-Men game. You make a Captain Marvel game. But Disney is out of touch with gaming. So it's unfortunate that they didn't take advantage of the popularity of the MCU before the MCU went down the toilet. And now Marvel is fucking garbage. The movies suck. But at least Marvel Rivals is having success. And it actually has an art style. Wow! A comic book game with some actual art? I don't know the appeal of comic book games that look photorealistic. When it's nothing realistic about a comic book games should look like comic books. I don't know why that is so hard for these companies to understand. You are not adapting something that is realistic. We're talking about the most unrealistic form of entertainment. Make it look unrealistic and not realistic. Because all these companies just want to use the ugly Unreal Engine 5 and that broken, buggy, unoptimized engine that makes every game look terrible. This game actually has an art style. I'm sick of Unreal Engine realism. But anyway, the player count is pretty high as well. All-time peak of 480,990. And players right now on the Steam chart says 352,006. And that is way more than Overwatch. Nobody cares about Overwatch anymore. In fact, according to this tweet from Dexerto, Overwatch 2 hits its lowest player count on Steam following the release of Marvel Rivals. Overwatch 2 fans jumped ship. They got robbed. They got ripped off. They were told that they were going to be like a PvE campaign mode if they bought Overwatch 2, but they didn't get that. They just dropped it. So people bought Overwatch 2 expecting a PvE mode and they didn't get it. And if people knew that that wasn't gonna happen, they would have stayed with Overwatch 1 because it's the same fucking game. Literally the same game. Yes, they add characters into Overwatch 2, but the base of the game is the same. All of the new characters could have been added as DLC, but Activision is so greedy. They literally had to trick people into buying a shit game. And that's why the head of Blizzard was getting so salty at this game. He made a ridiculous post days ago, and then he deleted it because he got called out. But here's that tweet. It says, looks like Overwatch Marvel Rivals ships tomorrow. Much like Light of Moram, a clear copy of Horizon Zero Dawn out of China. I mean, even a character named Widowmaker in Overwatch versus Black Widow in Marvel Rivals. NetEase, Tencent, all the same. And then he got community noted, and that community note says, Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, is a popular Marvel character who made her debut in 1964, more than 50 years before Overwatch and Widowmaker were created. The poster is spreading misinformation. I just find the term misinformation so funny. But you are a sore loser if you literally lying to people and saying that Black Widow is a ripoff of Widowmaker. Do you not know how old these comic book characters are? Really? You just assume that Disney just made all of these characters just recently, just for the movie. You couldn't use any shred of knowledge to think, okay, this is a comic book character. Comic books have been around for a long time. Maybe Black Widow has been around for a long time. You couldn't think of that before. You just blatantly lied. Not even lied. Just like, I don't even know if you genuinely didn't know that, or you was just desperate for a gotcha moment because you were jealous that your game Overwatch sucks and Marvel Rivals is taking your player count. So I don't know if you were genuinely serious that you did not know that Black Widow came first, or you were just angry and wanted to say something to try and piss people off, but you got called out for it and you deleted your tweet. Absolutely embarrassing. Stay mad. Activision Blizzard sucks. You guys do not make good games anymore. Call of Duty is trash. It's been trash for a long time. People are tired of Overwatch 2 and you don't do anything else. What else do you have coming out? You're not making another Crash Bandicoot game. You're not making another Spyro game. What are you making? Nobody cares about Activision Blizzard. You have Diablo 4. I have not checked up on Diablo 4. I heard it was extremely greedy when it came out. Doesn't surprise me. So you are literally just embarrassing yourself and your company. And nobody really cares. This Marvel Rivals is a lot of fun. And a lot of people are going to forget about Overwatch because it's lame, old, and outdated now. And Marvel Rivals is an example of giving the players what we want and we will support. So I look forward to the future of this game. In all the games industry devs, look at the success of this game and learn what you are doing wrong and take some notes. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the out of touch game developers across the industry, go fuck yourself.